Going brothers, currently I and the occasional sister, I'm in a cat enclosure, and there goes Poe on one side looking in through there, and on the other side is Pace looking for the cat that used to live here because he used to want to kill the cat. So this is my houseboat over here, up there, and the stairs go up to it. She's put on the land. I bought it here on a transporter. It cost 10 grand to build the cradle and about 4 grand to get it here. And then when I got it in here, the council turned up properly about 2 weeks later, because some Karen had moaned about it being here, and the council asked me to shift it because they said it was too close to the boundary, even though the person's boundary it's close to wasn't even concerned about it. And I said, no, I'm not going to shift it. It's here to work on, to get it going. My father built this. It used to be the Fairy and Marpur, known as a flat bottom floozy, and then later he built the second one with his hands. He did the whole lot himself, and he got sick and he couldn't manage it, so I took over, and also inherited the cost of taking over, which has been very expensive. If I hadn't had this project, I would have my own house finished by now probably, but that's another story. Anyway, I'm not complaining about it. I'm pleased to have it. My mate Arb's been working on it. We've been taking all the lining out. Over here, this is one of the rooms, so we shower in there, and a toilet down there, and this bed right now which has got some bird poo on it because a bird got in here, and you can see the lining's been taken out because there was a bit of leakage going on, and the lining's also taken out in the second bedroom. This is here. This is where I stayed during the lockdown. This is my space. There's also another toilet and shower in here, which right now it's got a caliphant for the shower, and right now it's got the lining taken out as well. So this is an awesome little spot to live, and it's all fully lined. Let's take you down to the kitchen. I'll show you what it's like down here. There's the little stove that my dad made by hand. That's the big gas stove. That's the fridge. It's a 3-way fridge. It runs on gas, and it's 3-way fridge, gas, power, and what's the third thing? Gas, power, and I don't know what the third thing is. Maybe it's a 2-way fridge. Don't know. Got me stocked there. Oh, gas, power, and power that's 12 volts, so you can run it to the mains and you run it to 12 volt. That's why it's 3-way. And a sink, which is a bit of a mess right now because it's got all the stuff, and everything else has been taken out of here. On the walls, got a bit of lining. Anyway, there's a nice little veranda. You can go out here and you can sit and have your coffee in the morning, and you can watch what's going on outside. I sat out here the other day and I shot 2 rabbits just parked up here. My other hunting dog's down there. It's Nuts down there, and then there's Poe just hanging out with me today. And that there is the hut that I built with money from my patrons, and that is a place for men to get back on their feet. They live there, and they only have to do 2 hours a day during the week in the garden or walking the dogs, but it comes with a price, not a price you're going to pay. They have to give up their addictions, which is probably the hardest thing anybody could do. They've got to practice mindfulness. That means every day keep a journal and write down the things they want to do to make the world around them better and their own world better. They are not allowed to drink any alcohol or smoke any cigarettes or any drugs, and they have to better themselves. And it's not easy because if you've got an addiction, which most of us do have, I certainly have got plenty of addictions, it's a real challenge to give up your addictions and fill that space with something that's meaningful. We have these addictions quite often because we are missing something and we don't know what to fill it with, because we don't know what it is that we want or what's actually missing. We can feel a big gap, but we don't know what it is. Hey, Pace. Dogs are great, aren't they? You're a good boy. Anyway, I thought I'd park up here just to have a few words, particularly to you young men, younger guys that are listening today. This is the Bro Check Club. It's about checking on brothers and about you checking on yourself and making sure that everything's going all right, because everything doesn't go all right all the time. And on that note, remember, it's okay to not be okay sometimes. None of us we don't have to be perfect all the time. The main thing is that we're always trying and to do the best we can with the tools we've got, and go steady on yourself. Treat yourself like you treat a good mate. Hey, Pace, you're a good mate. I'll be a good mate. You're a good boy, aren't you? He's fast become my main pig dog. And don't worry too much. Don't sweat the small stuff. In 100 years from now, no one's going to know you because you're going to be dead. Oh, you're going to be probably dead. Well, I can't say that for certain, but you're probably chances I'm certainly not going to be here. And in 200 years from now, you're not going to be around, and all the people that know you aren't going to be around, and they're all going to be gone. So don't worry too much about what people think, because it's not really important. And understand the concept that when everybody meets you, they've only got their own picture of you. And don't be concerned when you walk into a room or any place at all about how people perceive you, because they're all busy thinking about how you're looking at them. I used to play music in Europe, and I remember I was playing in a town, Bielefeld. In Bielefeld, there was the Rathaus, and under the Rathaus, and if you're German, you know what I'm talking about, under the Rathaus was the Irish pub. It used to hold 3,000 people. Actually, I think the capacity was 4,000. And I remember walking up on stage. I was by myself, and there was just a full house. I had straight away had like 2,000 people right in front of me. And I walked up there, and I didn't look at them as a crowd of 2,000 people. I looked at them as one person each. And I imagined them looking at me and me looking at them. So I was like one on one. And I then thought to myself, well, why should I not feel confident looking at another person? And what's the difference if it's 3,000 people? Because it was a lot of people. And I went up with just a confidence like I'm talking to you right now. And you can feel that go through the audience. When you're relaxed, you can feel them become relaxed. And it has this ping pong effect. And that's what I did with all my shows. I used to go on stage and just be myself, not try and be something I wasn't. And then I would just allow the audience to feel my vibration and talk to them. How you going, folks? I talk to them in German. Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. Wie geht's dir? Ich bin Clay aus New Zealand. Und actually, my name was Spider over there, but I'm just that's for those of you German to understand what I'm saying about. And I'd walk up there and just have a fantastic night. How I got the name Spider, well, that's a whole story in itself for another day. I actually have got a video on that. It's quite funny. That's a story for another day. But anyway, yeah. Point being is that you just got to treat yourself like you treat a good mate. You wouldn't give a good mate garbage food to eat. You wouldn't give him bad nutrition. You wouldn't want him to be smoking cigarettes, destroying his lungs and his brain cells. You wouldn't want him to be getting intoxicated all the time and making bad choices. You wouldn't want a good mate to even look silly. So you wouldn't be doing anything that's going to make you look silly. You treat a good mate like with love and respect and care, wanting only the best for him. So when you wake up in the morning, think about yourself as a good mate. And what do you want that good mate? You want that good mate to wake up enjoying life. Hey, you want to greet that good mate with loving arms and give him a good hug. Well, do the same for yourself. I don't mean give yourself a hug, but just think about yourself like that there, so you feel good about yourself. And if you don't feel good about yourself, then start doing a few things that will make you feel good about yourself. Right? Just pick up some rubbish in the street. Go down the beach with a bag and fill it up with all the plastic and rubbish you can find. Or go and help someone out. Help a brother out. Go and stack some firewood for an elderly person. Or gift some firewood to an elderly person, better still. And start with your family, the people around you, your brother, your sister, your mother. And if you've fallen out with any of your family, try and find a way to reconcile, because they're your blood. I know it's not easy, is it, Pace? Hey? We know all about blood, fighting blood, don't we? Because your son tried to kill you 3 times. We had to put a pretty abrupt end to that in the end, because it was getting a bit out of control, wasn't it? Lucky we're not like dogs, though. We're actually evolved past that state. Although sometimes I think some people haven't. Hey? Look at this guy, man. He's my mate, isn't he? He's just my mate. All the other dogs out there sniffing around, and he just wants to be here with me. Look, he's got his paws up there. He's a good boy. He knows me so well, Pace. I think there's a sort of telepathy that goes on between us. And some people might think I'm mad. And maybe I am. But I really, really feel like that we're connected. You're a good boy, aren't you? He's got a couple of wee rips on the side here. See on there? Just around here. That I'm just touching a bit sore. That's where the sow, she had tusks. She was only a 60 pounder and she had tusks. She's probably 100 pounder a day, but she fought like fury. Anyway, some good news is that... Good news. I mean, it's still bad, but suicide rates in New Zealand for 2021 to 2022 were down about 20%. I think the number was 500 and something. It was up over 650 the year before. And so suicide rates have come down a little bit. And I would like to think that is you men, us men, communicating with each other and supporting each other a bit more. One of the things that men do is when they feel shit is they just keep it themselves and they don't talk about it to anybody. And a man is 2 times more likely to take his own life for suicide, more than 2 times, than a woman. And a man is much more likely to succeed when he attempts to kill himself, because that's the way men are wired. I'm going to do it and do it properly and not stuff around and do it. And that's a tragedy because... well, the whole thing's a tragedy. I've lost friends through suicide. I've lost people I love through suicide. The other point too being is that the coroner has ruled that's the numbers of suicide, but actually there's a lot of people that drowned and it wasn't ruled as suicide, but on some level we know that it was. And I guess a good example of that would be my nephew who drowned last year, Mikhail. It was ruled as accidental, but I know he was struggling a lot, and I think there's a part of his subconscious that actually didn't want to be here in this life, and he punched his own ticket in Subway. I mean, why would you jump off a waterfall when you're not a particularly good swimmer and put yourself in that sort of a risk? Anyway, just watching my dogs right now because Poe's got a bone. Nut, leave it. Good dog. Good boy, Nut. Out of there, Nut. Good dog. And Poe's the alpha, so she probably ain't going to take any shit. But with there's a bone and dogs, there can be a fight. If it was two males, I'd be running down there and grabbing his collar and pulling him back. He's come away anyway. She's just enjoying that bone. She actually just dug it up. I think Nut had buried it earlier on today. These two are getting on pretty good. Yeah, she's not likely to go too hard at him, but if he tries and gets her bone, it'll be all over her. She'll be over him like bloody a bad rash. She'll be on like shit on Velcro all over him. He's a strong dog. What's going on there? Looking good. A couple of paradise duck just above him there in the paddock. And in the background we've got all the sheep behind all those cut down apple trees. Anyway, I'm posting on the Broadshirt Club again now that we've got things back. And back here, just as a community service to my brothers, and hopefully you get some value out of these videos. I don't think any of them are making any money. I think they've demonetized me across the board because I'm too controversial. That's okay. I'm not here to make any money. I'm here to connect you guys up with each other and offer some words that might be helpful. Being young is difficult. I forget what it was like as a teenager, but I know it can be rough for a lot of you young guys, particularly today with social media and how it is, and I'm grateful it wasn't around when I was a kid. I really am, because as a kid it was hard enough growing up around without all the added stresses of bloody social media. But it's also a tool, so use it as a way to communicate and gather resources, problem solve, and use it to your benefit to make your life richer and better. And then you'll be sweet as, bro. Yes, I've never been on the dark web, although it would be interesting to look at some things on it, but I've never actually gone there. What do they say? Curiosity killed the cat. Wow, it's a nice evening. Beautiful evening. Be a good evening for a hunt, cool enough. But I go inside and do some work. My new computer crapped out and I've got to reshuffle everything back onto the old one and get back to doing some editing for my main channel. Anyway, guys, that's me out of here. Look after yourself. Go steady. Check on a brother. And check on yourself too, more importantly. Good dog. Sit down, mate. We're going. That's a good boy. He's all excited. Come on. Out of their pace. Come on. Great dogs. I'll be taking them hunting this weekend again, taking a couple of boys for a hunt. Or 3 boys. If you do want to see the hunting, jump on my Patreon. That's where it all is. Until YouTube ban it from there as well. So far they haven't. Get out of their pace. Got a couple of good hunting videos on there. I've got a good boar that I got 2 weeks ago, and a really good pig that, not a big pig, only a 60 pounder, but it's bigger than young Lucas that caught it. So some of you already seen that. That's on my Patreon. I'm not sure if I'm going to release it to public, but if I do, I'm going to release it here on the Broadshirt channel, because channels are now being deleted, just deleted, not even getting strikes. Out of their pace, leave it. I'll take that bone out before someone does have a fight. That was a one. Your channels are being deleted because without even strikes, just no warning, just gone. They seem to have changed their, they've moved the goalposts again. Right, I am out of here. Go steady. I'll see you in the next Broadshirt Club video. See you later.